Mr. Kumaraswamy. Mr. Kumaraswamy is going to talk about how we can attain a GDP growth of 12% along with employment. Now, when we talk about 12% GDP, that means the job generated are just with 1% growth rate. So 10% increase in GDP gives 1% growth job increase. That makes 12% GDP means an annual growth in employment of about 1.2 to 2%. That really jives in with the birth rate of India. So that's a kind of a balance he has worked on. He has got many ideas how to do it at the macro level and the micro level. And I would request him to now give his presentation on this total 12% GDP growth scenario.
Hello. Good afternoon, and thank you very much. Thank you, the organizers. Thank you, all of you who are here after lunch. And it's a privilege to see such a crowd. 2 minutes back, we were wondering whether we will be the only audience. Thank you. I'll just take a quick survey and ask you, be you a journalist, be you an industrialist, be you whatever you are, how many of you say that I do not want more than 12% increment? Get the point? I do not want more than 12% increment or increment in income. How many of you would say that? No one would, right? At least that is 50% of the problem solved. Any economic growth is a balance between supply and demand, right? At least on the demand side, I have all the people for 12% growth in your income. That's one pretty good point. But I must say that's not the case with 70% of Indians. The rural and tribal people for sure, rural people maybe, they do not have even that aspiration. If you give them a toothpaste and toothbrush, they may not know what to do with it. If you give them a shaving razor, they just look up and down and throw it off. If you don't even know what the product is all about, what heart surgery is, what safe delivery is, how are you going to aspire for it? For 70% of India, even that is missing, the demand side. Later on, if time permits, I will run you through why Narega has been a big failure. It is a failure not because of any design, any money, any willingness or something. It's just that aspirations are not there. People who were otherwise employed in industry, etc., put Narega money. It was cheap. They took it, but didn't do anything else. So Narega failed. So that's a good thing. Look at this is the middle India, higher India, lower India aspirations. For years together, we were concentrating on the higher India and middle India. That is what the Harvard-trained economists brought to you. But this is where the concerns of the 70% of the poor India is. Safe delivery. I have seen or heard people delivering on the field, child, coming back to work in 4 hours. This I have seen. I have seen tribals in Orissa lighting the city with flintstones. I have seen many people, including in Varanasi, who have never been inside the school for the last 200 generations. To these people, if I want to say tax cuts, consumption goods, GST, only one single GST, one nation, one tax, already nonsense. Utter nonsense. We have unfortunately had all the elitist opinion makers and economists driving the whole process of development instead of addressing these concerns. To me, development means only one thing, which is delivering the next level need of whosoever it is. Their next level need is safe delivery, institutional delivery, an Anacin tablet for the headache, a small light bulb in the house, a gas, so that the lady doesn't have to walk 7-8 kilometers to fetch this one, or water. That is infrastructure for them. That is investment for them. And we have not given it for the last 60-70 years. The focus has to change. Aspirations will have to be built up. That's where the growth will come. This is where I tell you, I have a huge respect for politicians. But for the politician, this country would have been 700 small pieces, tukda tukda. जो JNU का कौन है वो कन्हैया promise किया था. But for the politicians, that's what it would have been. I have seen politicians in Vietnam, in South Africa, in Tanzania, in Myanmar, in Cambodia, in Laos, and interior Indonesia. It's the politicians who are keeping the society together. The kind of multifarious needs they fulfill for people is tremendous. Sir, my husband is committing suicide, sir, at 12 o'clock midnight. You please come and save him. Sir, my bacha has to go for an interview tomorrow, but he is not getting the train ticket. Please help me tomorrow. Sir, shadi fix ho gaya, 12 o'clock, 10 o'clock, I can't feed anybody. Give me 10,000 please. These are the kinds of things they fulfill. Of course, it takes money. Somebody comes and asks him for an engineering ticket. Somebody else. Paisa dete hain, karte hain kaam. I tell you, I have heard it from Vietnam communist politician. I heard it in Tanzania. I know it in India because I have worked with at least 40-50 politicians. At least 50% of what they take has to go back to his constituency. Otherwise, he will not get re-elected. That is why I believe if these folks were not there, the so-called corrupt scoundrel, thieving, idiots, don't know anything politicians, this country would have been broken up to 700 pieces long back. I tell you, these politicians are great, doing a great job to hold the country in this what our needs are, despite the so-called puritanical economist, the way they have been running the country. I tell you, this is the same road in the third poorest district in India. Look at these children, they should have been in classes 7 to 8 or 9 or whatever it is, walking 3 or 4 kilometers. This is in 2017. Fetching firewood for the house. What do they need? They need skills for income, aspirations, confidence and mobility from place to place. But what are they getting? What is the government giving? This is the same road I have used from 2007 onwards. 2007 I used to do about 20 kilometers per hour average. This connects the district headquarters Raigada with Raipur, Chhattisgarh. Today I can do 110 to 120 kilometers. But who uses them? Who wants them? And India's road density, this is their eco survey, this year's eco survey, 123 page, is the highest in the world, 4 times China's. Maybe the roads are not that good, okay, fine. The person who has nothing to eat, how does it really matter whether he needs a 4-lane highway? He can very well do with some compacted road. Next slide, please. This is, see, as I began my speech, 12% growth is nothing great in my opinion. I can show you these statistics of at least 12 countries who have reached 12% growth in 20 of the last 50 years. Botswana, Angola, Korea. Korea, of course, the last few years they have not reached. It is no big thing. So all that you have to do is identify the huge deficiencies in what we need. That's what I have identified at the left-hand side. They are hugely deficient in waste disposal. Western Europe, about 4% of the GDP comes from waste disposal. India, a huge 0.1%. It It employs 0.1% of the people. South Africa 0.7%. Peru, Lima 1.2%. Europe mechanized, so it's less than 1%. So just imagine, we also aspire for the great disposal problem. The technology exists outside. You don't have to go to Europe, you go to South Africa, you go to Peru, Lima, whatever. You employ 0.7% of the people and generate 3 to 4% of your GDP from there. 0.7% of our population is 70-80 lakh jobs. You have a clean environment. Wouldn't you like to be part of a clean environment where you see nothing littered here and there? Poor green and forest cover. Ours is poor. Vietnam has generated 20 lakh jobs for families since 1994 by tree growth alone, by increasing the forest cover by 5% with acacia trees, which have commercial value. So that's how I got in touch with Mr. Raghav Chandra, the director of this BLF, how to generate jobs, and I was trying to arrange a visit for the commission and all in Vietnam. Poor rural health, poor Medicare, lack of institutional delivery. Each good health can easily deliver about 9 to 10 lakhs net present value of benefits to the tribal to rural people. In cities it will be 1 crore and above. There is a deficit, according to Mr. Shetty, Bangalore doctor, of 50 to 55 lakh MBBS minus kind of doctors. In many of the tribal areas, even snake bites don't have a remedy. Fevers beyond 103 can kill you. They may not know how to identify tuberculosis. They have no idea what virus is. Delays in justice, teachers, etc. We are awfully short on many of these so-called necessary infrastructures. The government is cringing. In fact, I recently wrote to the Prime Minister, why are you even thinking of reducing the GST? If you want to reduce the GST, no problem. One person state ko de do, one person aap rakho. You put policemen for women's safety, employ all the units to provide safety in the buses for ladies, in the bus stations and wherever they are leased. All the units will be for this one. It's a big menace in parts of Bombay, Chennai, Delhi. You create all the ex-servicemen for this job. So you will use your taxation. India is one of the poorest tax country actually. Tourism. Cambodia for its size gets 10, in relative terms I'm talking about, gets 10 times our tourist arrivals. The whole of the country, all the monuments, etc. you assemble in Cambodia, it may not even last between South Delhi and North Delhi. It's just that it's clean, they make a good marketing out of it. Tourist guides are wonderful, wonderfully behaved. It's clean, and the whole city is clean and they market it. If only India can do, forget about 12%, you will laugh at me for limiting my aspirations. It already employs about 4 crore people directly and indirectly. It has a potential. In fact, he was telling me about how, was telling me about how some Swedish guys came and saw Bhopal. He said, we have made such a tourism heaven out of it. It is a huge, in fact, this 12% to me is a joke actually. Next slide please. Where do I have the resources? The resources are there. That is the incremental capital output ratio in India is very, very pathetic, at around 4.35 or something. America at this stage of their growth in 40s, 50s used to have 2.35. Every 1% reduction in ICOR, this is incremental capital. How much of capital you require for 1% of GDP? With one reduction of 1, you can get about 2% of growth extra. But this government is doing fantastically well there. It has cut short all the delivery times, etc. If you only manage your projects within your own self-assumed time targets without any delays in India, you will require about 12% less capital. And and all the projects which are standing on the ground today, just the delay cost could have easily financed about 1.5 years capital expenditure of the country. Yet we are lethargic. Reduce investments in unproductive gold. Somehow this is the biggest curse that we have inherited from the past. Far outweighs even the Vedas and Upanishads. I don't mean they are cursed, but they are a positive influence. Yoga, everything. If only God gave me a choice, God, give me freedom from gold. That can, how many? Nearly 10 years government expenditure on infra can take care of. Unproductive assets, real estate. In Gurgaon, 26% of real estate is standing still without any occupants because people are not confident that they'll get it back if they let it out on rent. Bombay, 13.8% or something. Attitudinal infrastructure. You got to do nothing. You just import only the attitudes of Vietnam here. I assure you 2% extra growth for the next 10 years. Driver has to drive only at the specific speed, not like this. The truck driver will not be on the left side of the road, not like your speed on the highways will improve by 50% minimum. Sorry, 50 kilometers. That's a huge gain. Yeah, next slide. These are some changes in the approach I require. An excessive fixation on inflation. I think RBI is doing a mess of things and we keep supporting it. I think it's time we call the bluff. Management by regulators. They have no accountability. SEBI, RBI, Telecom. Without this one, they are going crazy. Bureaucratic empowerment in India is the worst. If you have a people, you tell them that I give your decisive powers with 23 conditions attached, and beyond that also I put CBI, internal audit, CAT and CBC etc. to oversee it. What bloody incentive will have to act at all? I've seen governments in at least about 40 countries. I've worked with them, I've talked with them. They have such tremendous powers. Once a Swaziland driver laughed at me because I spent 20 hours in Mozambique, Maputo capital, to get Swaziland's visa tapa. After we were moved, he was asking me, sir, why did you stay back in Maputo if you are not going to see this? No, I had to get the visa stamp. Sir, you should have told me. Driver. Sir, last time some people arrived in South Africa without knowing Swaziland requires a visa. I was driving them in the border check post, they asked for the visa. We didn't have a visa. So I called up the minister. The minister said, no, just some casual affair. Okay, let them come, but you shall be responsible to get the visa within the 24 hours after you reach here. That is the drive. Here, chota sa idhar udhar ka permission nahi hai, that's all. They will send you around the bend until they extract the full price of what they have to get. Damn the project delays, they'll make you go crazy. Faster justice. This is where I respect the politicians so much. Any problem, instant. No, he doesn't exercise more moral influence than any of the courts do. Courts do a hash of jobs. They are much more arrogant than the politicians. I've seen a lady come and say, some 1 feet of her, this one right through has been taken away by the neighbor. And he calls the neighbor, kuch bol raha hai, sahi hai kya? Yes sir, sorry. Yes sir. कैसा आएगा सर? मेरा बाइक में स्कूटर में जो भी इधर रखो, ठीक करने के बाद वो लेके जाओ. पानी चाकू को मारा, पूछा ना आदमी, he has admitted his fault, he has rectified within 3 days. What is wrong with that justice? Faster we change, better.